New Zealand have arrived after a long journey to face England in a two-test series beginning on the 2nd of June ahead of the World Test Championship final against India. Now, we have been very, very lucky to get hold of New Zealand's Daryl Mitchell. Daryl, welcome to 98 Not Out.
Hey guys, how you going?
We are good. How's the journey been up from Auckland?
Yeah, it's obviously it's been a big 4 or 5 days now. It's obviously flying through Singapore with what's going on at the moment in the world was a bit bizarre, flying through an empty airport and then arriving into Heathrow and straight down here into Southampton for a few days in isolation is it's obviously a bit different, but all good.
We've talked to quite a lot of people over the last year or so that have been dealing with this. I mean, I guess it's just how life is for everyone at the moment. Southampton's not too bad because you've got a golf course at the back there, haven't you?
Yeah, we haven't been allowed out yet. We've got to do a few days isolation by ourselves in our hotel rooms, but we're quite lucky. We've got balconies overlooking the ground, and there's a county first class game going on at the moment between Hampshire and Leicestershire. So a few of the boys are sitting out on the balcony watching day one, and it's killing the time, which is good.
How's the weather down there? Because up here it's been windy and rainy and not cricket weather.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like that all over the UK at the moment. It's probably pretty similar, to be fair, to what we're getting back home in New Zealand at the moment in terms of the end of our summer heading into winter. It's starting to get a bit cooler, so it's pretty similar to home.
2021 has been quite a year for you personally so far. Getting a central contract, you've had your first Test century, you've had your first ODI century. You're on form.
It's been cool. It's been a good summer, both personally and as a team. And for me, I moved domestic teams over the winter and to contribute to a different team and get some success both with Canterbury and New Zealand's been really cool. And it's just all about having fun and trying to compete and win games of cricket. And if those personal little milestones happen along the way, then sweet as.
When BJ announced that he was retiring from the game, Darren and I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that it's been quite a settled side, isn't it, the New Zealand side? So it must be good to break into it.
Yeah, we're very lucky at the moment. We've got some world-class players with leaders within our group, and it's really makes the transition easier from domestic cricket up to international when you've got those guys making the group a lot easier to come into and just be yourself and do your job for the team. Losing BJ at the end of this series it'll be a sad moment. He's obviously contributed a lot to New Zealand cricket, and he's a massive part of how our team goes about things on and off the field, and he's a great leader. So I'm sure he's looking forward to not having to keep 100 overs in the park every day, but definitely sad to see him go once he's done.
It's a busy few weeks, and the schedule's thick and fast for you guys. You've just arrived, and then the first test is 2nd of June. Then you're up to Edgbaston for the second test, and then you've got this World Test Championship final down. That's at the Ageas Bowl, isn't it, against India? Yeah,
it's obviously any tour to the UK is pretty special, and to obviously play at Lords and Edgbaston's really cool, and then to add a little world final at the end. It's obviously an exciting a month coming up, and I just know the guys are looking forward to getting out of their rooms, getting stuck into some preparation and adapting to the conditions, and trying to win some games of cricket.
You've got to fancy your chances against England because it's a bit of a changed side with a few people absent. I think you've got every chance.
Yeah, at the same time, I think, England's depth at the moment is world class. You're still going to have the experienced guys with the likes of Broad and Anderson and some really cool young guys coming through. So, I think anytime you play Test cricket, whether it's new guys on the block or the world class guys that have been there for years, I think it's the ultimate test, and it's not going to be easy. So, we're looking forward to getting stuck into it.
And what about India?
Yeah, it's obviously it's cool to play them in different conditions again, and for us it's just constantly keep trying to improve over the next month or so to be ready to go for that final, and 5 days of cricket, anything can happen, and I'm sure us as a group are just really excited to get out there and take on India and see what happens.
For those that don't know, you come from a famous family. Your father John was All Blacks coach. How are your rugby skills?
Yeah, I love my rugby. Obviously, you get brought up, especially as a Kiwi boy, you get brought up to be an All Black in the winter and a black cap in the summer. So I love my rugby. Obviously, with Dad being with England now as well as an assistant coach, it's quite funny. He's over here, probably only about 45 minutes away, but can't see him because we're stuck in hotel rooms. So it's a bizarre time, but yeah, rugby wise, I do love my rugby, and I wish I was a bit quicker so I could play it. But yeah,
It's an amazing thing. I've got family in Browns Bay in Auckland, and I went down to visit a few years ago, and I was really struck by just how popular rugby is down there. You know, there's the All Black stores on every corner. It's on the TV. I would even say it's bigger than football or soccer is in England, I think.
yeah, it's definitely a religion in our country. It's probably like football in England and cricket in India. You know, it's the definitely the national game that when the All Blacks lose, the whole country's sad for a week. So yeah, it's obviously part and parcel of sport, and it's cool to see the country have passion behind the All Blacks, and yeah, starting to become the Black Caps now as well, which is really cool to see.
Well, the Black Caps are on an amazing run. I'm not going to talk too much about the World Cup last time round, but you know, that came in the middle of a really impressive string of results across all formats as well. And there's a lot of Kiwi players that really do seem to be adapting and really performing right across the board. You're rightly there at the World Test Championship. Is there any secret to this success?
Yeah, if I knew, I'd probably wouldn't be a player. I'd be more of a coach. But yeah, I think we're only a little country of 5 million people, so we've got to make sure that we understand our own values and what makes us successful as a country, and make sure that we stick to the New Zealand way. And yeah, we obviously realise that we don't have the hundreds of thousands of players to pick from, so we've got to make sure that we utilise our facilities and everything as well as we can. And yeah, it's just all about competing and yeah, just enjoying the game. And yeah, I think we are very lucky at the moment. We've got some world-class players in our group, as I said earlier, that lead us and allow guys like myself and the younger guys to learn off them and yeah, hopefully help that transition. But yeah, we are only a little country, and we just definitely punch above our weight, that's for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned that you got the test at Lords. I think there will be some supporters there, but it won't be the usual full house that I know a lot of players. It's kind of like a big moment in their cricketing careers to be walking out in front of a packed Lords, but still going to be a big occasion.
Yeah, I think yeah. Anytime you play at Lords and you get to walk through the long room there, and yeah, it's obviously a pretty special place that every cricketer wants to play at. So yeah, from a personal point of view, it's really cool to be a part of this and to get the chance to go there and yeah, hopefully win a few tests and yeah, have some fun. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And how are you coping with the isolation? We've talked to a few people over the last year or so, like England, for example. We spoke to Chris Wokes when he was in Sri Lanka, and there was talk of a Call of Duty league going on between the England boys, and funnily enough, Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer were bossing that as well. Have you guys got anything going on to keep the boredom away?
Yeah, most of the boys have got PlayStations or something along, and yeah, pretty similar. We've got little crews that play in the afternoon. Our trainer Chris Donaldson gets us doing a circuit every morning, so we got to do that, make sure he's happy, so we can have a few treats at night for dessert. But yeah, for me, I quite enjoyed the isolation. I've got two young girls at home that it's full on when we're at home, so to actually be able to play some PlayStation and lie in bed and watch Netflix is quite a nice change. So yeah, I'm definitely making the most of getting some sleep, that's for sure.
I can fully understand that. I've got 2 kids as well.
Treats lined up for your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it quiet because I'm turning 30, so I'm trying to not tell anyone, and hopefully it just sneaks by and no one works it out. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
What do you make of the game that's going on at the moment? Have you spotted any outstanding talent or any big moments down there?
What's the score? It's 44 for 1 at the moment. So I watched probably the first 6 overs, and then it started to rain, so I came back inside. But probably after this, I'll sneak back out and watch a little bit. But it's definitely a good way to pass some time, and it's really cool to see a small little crowd here as well, which I know that the UK hasn't seen for a long period of time. So
that's right. It's only just this week getting back to any kind of spectators, and there was some football on last night where we saw people back in the stadiums, and the cricket as well. Don't know how long it will be before we get full capacity crowds back, but I suppose the vaccine is going to be the way that dictates that. You've had full crowds in New Zealand for a while, though, haven't you?
Yeah, we're really lucky. We sort of, again, being so isolated as a small country down the southern hemisphere, we shut off our borders pretty quickly, and I think we did about 8 weeks quarantine, isolation or whatever in our own houses right at the start when COVID sort of came about. And yeah, we've been lucky to sort of eliminate it within our country, which, yeah, for after those 8 weeks allowed pretty much, I think the first crowd was a full Eden Park rugby game, 40,000 people. And yeah, we've been pretty lucky that ever since sort of, middle of last year, we've been able to have throughout our home summer full crowds and full stadiums, which is, when you compare it to the rest of the world, we're pretty lucky.
And away from cricket, I know you said you got a young family that's going to keep you busy, but what do you do with your downtime?
Yeah, for me, that's for two young girls. I've got a 2.5-year-old and 6 months. So yeah, for me, at any time we're not traveling around the country or world playing cricket. It's just making sure I spend a lot of time with them, and that's pretty much me at the moment. I wish I could sneak out and play golf like some of the boys do, but trying to get that past the boss is tough work at times. So it's not cricket. It's just dad life, making sure I make the most of being at home with them.
Excellent. Well, listen, we'll let you get back to your preparations and whatever else, and maybe if your quarantine bit ends, you can sneak out because it's a decent golf course at the back of that stadium.
Yeah, a few of the boys have already. Yeah, there's all sorts going on. As soon as we're allowed out of the hotel, there's competitions, there's banter flying up and down the balcony about who's better, and so I'm sure it'll be all on once they can get onto that golf course.
All right, excellent, Daryl. Many thanks for joining us, and go well, and good luck in the series and in the World Test Final.
Sweet, thank you.
No problems.